So, Eric, we'll just start with opening remarks following today's victory here over the Colorado Rapids.
Um, we looked really hungry out there for showing that we can compete on the highest level in this league, and I thought we did that from minute one, and we scored I think minute three. So from there on, it was a one-way traffic. But even though it was a big crazy how quick it happened, so there was all the details we wanted to improve, and I'm annoyed that we couldn't keep the clean sheet. That's something that matters to us, something that is important. But I don't want to be negative here because it was a really, really great performance, and some of the plays that we have is something I've never been a part of in any other team. I've played a lot of games in my career, and this is a joy, really, something I'm enjoying so much to be a part of. I'm really proud of this team and how much we've developed throughout the last couple of months. It's an insane turnaround, to be fair. But we still have a lot of things to do and be better at, which is also amazing to think about. But at the moment, there is not many cracks in Houston Dynamo in defense and in offense. And now we go on international break with so much spirit, get a couple of days off, which is well deserved. And then we go back and face Portland away, which is a game we want to win because we know how important it is to end up as high as possible.
Thank you for that. Go ahead.
First of all, congratulations on the win. How did it feel playing in front of the fans today? Because there was a lot of them, and they were loud all day long.
No, it was great. It's so important, that connection between the players, the club, and the fans. And I feel that we're getting closer and closer to that high level of fan base. And today they were great. This has to be the base layer for the future. I really, really hope that we can get up in this city with Astros, with Rockets, with Texans, and Dynamo needs to be up there. We are doing so great at the moment, so I think it's an amazing place to go to this stadium to feel a part of something that we are starting, and everyone can get that feeling when they go to the Shell Energy Stadium. So hopefully we can compete with all the other sports here because I think we have something to offer.
Hi, Eric.
Hi.
Speaking of the fans, after the Open Cup final, you were one of the first to go to their section, and then today you routed them up near the ending stages. You know, how much do the fans mean to you and push you as a player and help you?
Throughout my career, I've always had very special relationships to the fans, no matter if there was in Midtjylland, where I played before, or in Celtic, or here. I think it's I'm giving my heart and soul out there, and it's emotions, and that's what I'm trying to portray out there, and then I'm also receiving 100% back if I'm giving 100%. So it's a synergy that has to be created between a player and a fan, and they're very passionate, the Dynamo fans, which is great. They all want to be with us after the games, and they're waiting a lot of minutes to get an autograph or a picture, which is great. And we need to give them as much as we can back, even though that I would wish I could give 100 shirts a season, but we don't have that many in our stock. But it's great that they're behind us.
Eric, you were a part of a backline today that three of y'all, you know, it was you, Mika, and Escobar that were on yellow card accumulation watch, right? And two other players. None of y'all will be suspended and will miss Portland. How important was it for y'all to maintain no yellow?
That was very important. Ben also told us that we needed to be careful with that yellow. I knew it. I think they're a little bit hard sometimes to give yellow, a bit easier here in this league. I've had a lot of yellow cards, and last yellow I had was just unlucky that I was the fifth guy to take that guy down, which was my first foul in a game. But of course, it's important that we can keep intact that backline that have performed so well before we go to a difficult place in Portland.
Hello, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Like you said, you played in a lot of games. I asked head coach about Nelson, and he just says he's such a great player. He's so impressive. As a defender, how impressed are you with the young talent that's on this team?
It's funny you ask. I just talked with my agent yesterday about how life is going, and he said, how is the team going? And I said, it's really, really great right now. And he always asks about players, you know, in the league. And I mentioned, I think you need to look out with this guy, Nelson, because he is incredible. And he has the potential, and I know he doesn't understand English, but probably he'll hear it somewhere. But he has the potential to be Premier League.
Wow.
He has that potential. So from my perspective, I've seen a lot of players play a lot of players with him. He has that explosiveness that is next level. He just needs to learn how to use it. When he goes to the back line, how he drive inside, he can do both, and now he scores goals too. And his mentality is getting better and better. He knows how to be out of the games for, let's say, half an hour, and then suddenly get that one situation where he needs to be decisive. And he's putting so many layers on his game. So the end goal for him is there. I see it. I can sense it. There's a lot of work to do still. He's only starting it, but he has a great, great potential, and it's amazing to have him in our team. And I'm happy that I'm not facing him every weekend.
What does that guidance look like to get him to
Sorry?
that Premier? What does that guidance look like to get him to that spot?
I think humility is, of course, a good thing. And Nelson is a young guy. He's still unschooled in some way. He's still relatively new to the professional football, even though that he's showing so many great qualities. So for him, it's about staying active all the time and wanting to use his knowledge about football with the guys that he has around to get even better. He needs to watch his games. He needs to watch the clips. He needs to watch every single, because it's right now. It's not tomorrow. He has one chance, and that's right now. So that's what I would urge him to do. And I'm trying to tell him, even though it's a little bit difficult sometimes with this language barrier. But he's a great guy, and the moment he has right now is, of course, really, really good.
You keep saying that everything is great and it's such a good time here and that you're having so much fun. What exactly is it? It's not winning per se. How does it start and how does it build from there?
Of course, I think it starts with a really, really good plan. And I think that the coaching department has done a really, really good job of finding the right way of playing for us. For this group, it's a new group that has only been together for, I would say, 8 months or something like that since the beginning of the season. New players, and the transition we have gone through is remarkable, I would say. So that is one key, that there's a plan that the players really buy into. That helps a lot. And then, of course, I think there's been some moments throughout the season, the 2 LAFC games, and then us clinching the final for the US Open. That did something to the entire group, that we knew that we could do something together. And this group is very hungry. There's no complacency, which is a great thing to have, because sometimes when you have clinched something, you win a trophy, yeah, it's fine, but we want more. And this is for the entire group that wants to actually go and see if we can go and compete with the best teams here, because we show it every single weekend that we can. So why don't we say that we want something bigger than just being a part of something? We want to win it. And that's what we're trying to, even though it's very hard. But you also need to tell your dreams out loud before it gets something reality.
The day before Open Cup, Coach said he saw something completely different in your eyes. Did you see that too, in players' eyes?
Of course I did. I'm a people's guy. I read people really well too. So I felt that it was a magical moment, and we were just on it from the minute one. And we have been that for the last couple of games. And even though this league is very tough, and of course sometimes we hit some obstacles, but I think we've been really, really good in throwing them away and going to the next game fresh minds.
Adding to that, Erik, how important has it been for you to be a voice since you've been here for roughly over 7 months from the day you got here to now?
No, I feel great in the team. We have a really, really good Spanish-speaking group, English-speaking group, and it makes it really, really easy for me to navigate in through those two groups, because of course there's a language barrier, but it's very, very fine in this situation because we respect each other, we look at each other, we smile at each other, we keep each other close. So that's a very, very good atmosphere in the dressing room, outside the dressing room, which is also a recipe for this success. It's a top group to be a part of, and I feel very, very good. And of course, I'm still trying to adapt and find my way around. Even though that I'm 32 now, I know what to do, but it's on the pitch where I really can get my things across. I'm trying to navigate the entire back line and the guys in front and try to always be one step ahead what's happening, and it's been really, really good with the boys out there. Yeah.
You spoke about playing against some of the biggest clubs. Next year, the Dynamo will be in CONCACAF Champions Cup, where you guys will face some of the best from North America and Central America. How important is that to you and the group, knowing, yes, the Open Cup final, winning it, playoffs, and the future?
It's a very good future to look ahead. But again, with this group, we are very focused on the next thing, and the next thing is Portland. That's what we're looking at, and of course, in that coming period, we will have something to look forward to, and it's great. I've played Champions League in Europe, and now I get to play Champions League in Northern America, or how it is. But for me, it's a massive thing and something that the group also wants. But now it's about the MLS trophy.